Lay with SWOSUathletics.com. I'm sitting here with Jim O'Brien for your personal player profile. Thank you for sitting with me today.
Thanks for having me.
First off, congratulations on last week's game. It was a really good win against Harding. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So, how was last week's game? What was the energy like on the field? What kind of fuel did you get from the team? What was it like?
Last week's game was about as perfect as it could get. We all had energy flying around to the ball. The sidelines were pumped up. Everybody was just doing what they were supposed to, having each other's back on the field. We had the offense's back, offense had our back when we made stops. It was picture perfect football.
Yeah, awesome. So obviously last week's game was a really big deal, a really good win for you guys.
Yeah.
How has that game last week fueled you guys for this upcoming game against Tech this week?
Well, the coaches always said, like, don't focus on the game, it's in the past or whatever, but the game really gave us some confidence to kind of, I guess, fuel us to kind of go into this game with the same kind of confidence we had leaving that game. And, I mean, with it being a perfect example of how we need to play this game, all the defensive players flying to the ball, offense executing.
Right.
In the second half of the game, but also putting a full game together, the whole team. And, I mean, we're gonna try and come out with the same intensity as we did last week too.
Right. Now both Southwestern and Arkansas Tech, you guys are both 1-0, and you're both receiving votes for top 25 placing or ranking. So it's going to be an intense game. Is that playing any role, like the votes or anything, in this week's preparation?
No.
At all? No?
Not at all. I mean, it's cool. It gives you a nice little butterfly feeling that you get a vote and stuff. But I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like, they got, like, I think 5 votes or something like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter because Harding they were 25th, and they had a nice little package of votes they were sitting on, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. It comes out Saturday. It depends on what happens there.
Absolutely. So how are you personally preparing for this week's game against Arkansas Tech?
Just going all out in practice this week and just doing the same preparation in a different little style as last week. Just coming out with the same intensity.
Mentally, physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so.
Sounds good. So you're a senior this year. What are your plans for, actually, what are your goals for this football season? What are your personal goals?
Well, my goals, I try not to get too far ahead of myself, but right now, as far as football season is going, game by game, obviously to win it out would be my goal, but just right now it's Saturday, we're trying to win.
Yeah. So after you graduate this year, what are your goals after football? Do you want to pursue football, or do you have a different plan and direction that you want to take?
Well, I got my bachelor's in the spring, and
Okay.
I'm working on my master's right now in Parks and Rec education.
Oh, nice.
And a lot of it's fire tech classes, and so I want to be able to transfer that over to some EMT classes and possible medical school, and then hop into the firefighting career.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Okay. Final question. What is, like, your years being here, what has been your most memorable time as a football player?
I wouldn't have to be able to say a certain event, but just the people in general that I've gotten to meet.
Okay.
Being from California, they're a little snubby over there, a little snobby.
Yeah. I've heard.
The people out here, I mean, I've met so many people and created a lot of relationships with people, and that's been my best memory moment here at SWOSU.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sitting down with
got
me.
it.
It's
Thanks
Jim
for having
O'Brien,
me.
guys.
John Liddle here for SWOSUathletics.com, talking to SWOSU quarterback Dustin Stenta here after a fantastic win last week over Harding. This week it's Arkansas Tech as SWOSU tries to continue that early season roll. And Dustin, last week against Harding, early on, you guys were moving the football down the field. You had a couple of plays that went against you that prevented you from punching it in. But in the second half, what was the difference? Was it just eliminating those mistakes that helped you guys follow through and put it in the end zone?
I just felt like it was a little bit more focused near the end of the drive. We get there and then we move 20 to 20. We can move the ball, but once you get in that red zone, it requires a tad bit more focus, and because the defenses get a little quicker, the holes tighten up for the receivers and stuff, so it's just a little bit of extra focus to punch it into the blue.
Well, and you guys definitely had that on the final drive. It's huge that Eric Rodriguez comes up with a fumble recovery. You guys get it on the plus 40. It just seemed like there was no doubt in your guys' mind that some way you guys were going to come up with a touchdown there.
Yeah, having that fumble helped us have to go a little less of the field, only 40 yards to punch it in. But I looked at all the old linemen. I was like, I'm going to win this game for us, but I need all 10 other guys to be there with me because I can't obviously do it on myself. And they came through. I mean, the O-line did well, the receivers did well. We were crisp, we were clean, and we did what we had to do to win.
How does your will to win compare to early in your season? Like, when you're talking about right now, last week versus starting, compared to your freshman season where you're just trying to survive?
It's just you just realize, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just you're more confident. You've built up more maturity level, and you have more confidence in yourself. Like, I've always been a confident player, but with the seniors on the team that have my back and just the camaraderie you have with the players, you believe in each other that you can win. When you come in as a freshman, I don't really know the guy next to my left. I don't really know you all that well. But spending years around these guys, you just really believe in each other.
Talking to Dustin Stenta here on SWOSUathletics.com. You talked to us after the game about the game-winning touchdown, the quarterback draw. You love having the ball in your hands. Going back and looking at that play, there are a lot of guys that did their job on that play because they're coming on a blitz. Derek's able to turn a guy inside. DC goes out in front and comes up with a huge block, and then you kind of finish it off. Take us through that play again.
Funny thing is, talking to Coach Haight after the game, we've seen that blitz to that play throughout the week, and we'd screw it up time after time. And let alone they do it in the game, and it just magically clicks. Shelton does the right thing. DC reads it well. He goes outside, and I just follow him. He cuts the linebacker down, and all I got to do is lay out from the 3, and it's ball game.
Well, that was a lot of fun, and it rewarded a defense that played very well, too. Your offense played great, but just talk about the defensive support you guys got against a team that's very tough to stop.
Well, the defense played they played lights out. We had a few mistakes that put them in bad situations that gave Harding short field, and they were able to capitalize on a few. And the defense held us in the game, and late we ended up being able to punch it in the end zone to come up with the win and reward them on a great effort.
So how does that big win against Harding vault you into this week? You guys seems to be so much excitement in the halls as you guys get ready for Arkansas Tech.
Well, we know it was a big win for our program, but it was just one win. I mean, we got 10 more wins in the regular season that we got coming up, and that was just one step in our ladder to success, I guess you could say.
After the game, Tevrick Boyd told us, we're still hungry. It's just a crumb. We're still hungry. I guess that's something Corbin was saying too. How about those guys that you have to throw to right now? Tevrick coming up with 2 big touchdown catches. Brad Smithy is Brad Smithy right now, and Ryan is still your guy on third down that you seem like you're always looking to as well. Those core guys receiving wise, seems like you have so many guys you have confidence in right now.
Yeah, I feel really comfortable. I tell Coach Day all the time, when we're in a 5 wide receiver set, I feel comfortable with all 5 of them on the field. It gives me the options to go wherever I want, and I love that feeling. Except we only have 3 on the field or certain formations. I love being open and empty because the defense. There's lots of holes in the defense, and I have faith in every one of my guys out there that they're going to make the play when the ball comes to them.
Well, we're really excited to see what you guys have this week against Arkansas Tech. Again, that's a 6 o'clock game time come Saturday night. We hope you'll join us on the radio if you can't make it all the way out to Russellville on Coyote Country 95.5. Pregame starts at 5 o'clock. John Liddle for Dustin Stenta on SWOSUathletics.com.